Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, organics of all ages, Double R here, and I'm making an amendment. Yes, an amendment. I'm actually amending something. Does that mean you're rude? Does that mean you're rude? I can't even say that. I know I'm not rude. I'm not rude. I'm not incorrect. But I am going to add something as an amendment to this. So work with me, follow along. And the reason why I'm bringing this up is because there was an argument. Now, the argument between me and this other guy was how we worded it. It was mainly how we worded it. That's where the major problem came in. We didn't understand each other because of how we worded it. For those of you who don't know, Issue 3 is metagame knowledge and cross-roleplay. The big problem being cross-roleplay is one of those things where people sit there and go, oh, your character did this? That means you do it in real life. That's cross-roleplay. Where people are applying your character information, what you do in character, as what you do in real life. So if your character does drugs, they're assuming you do drugs. Yeah, okay. Then we look at Glee, and that poor guy who died because she was on drugs, his character didn't do drugs, so explain that one, people. But you see my point. While crossing is also more of a character dealing with out-of-character things, and metagame is out-of-character knowledge being applied in character. You get the idea. Crossing is a big thing, it's a big issue, and that's why it's all falling into Issue 3. And I know I've gone over this plenty of times. But then I assume people actually heard this rant. If I actually looked at the numbers, I'd know better. Dirt. But one of the arguments that came up was pedo bear. Or pedo bear, whatever. For those of you who don't know, pedo bear, pedo bear, whatever. That was a meme where it was pretty much a bear that went off and kidnapped little girls. Just it became a meme because it was I guess it was an anime or something. I don't know. But it came up and it became a meme. And they even did it in cosplays. People would just come up, a guy would dress as a bear, and he'd kidnap a cosplayer who's dressed as a kid character, ran off a couple feet, and then set him down. Because, again, pedo bear, that's what he does. All that said, people say, oh, it's okay for Stewie to be sexual because it's just satire and yada yada, blah, blah, blah. But you're not seeing anything, thank goodness. Because Seth MacFarlane makes sure that you don't see anything so he doesn't get hit with child pornography, especially when it comes to Stewie Griffin, because people are like that. But the fact remains that the law is the law. The actual law is the law. I know what you're going to say. I know it's going to be the first thing that comes up. Well, what about Game of Thrones? Didn't she bang someone underage? Yeah. We know. Believe me, we know. But again, networks, signing things, covering their asses. They did that ahead of time. They made sure it was okay. They made sure. And again, if you see it in Japan, that's normal. Because law. I don't fucking know the law. Japan, whatever. Katamari all day. Anyway, the fact is, the law is the law. And as a role player, you need to be aware of the basic law. I don't care that you want to role play pedo bear, whatever. I don't care if you want to role play as Peter Bear. I don't. You role play as Peter Bear all day, every day. That's fine. I don't give a shit. But the law states that if there is child pornography that is found, you're in trouble. If you start doing stuff on a timeline where everyone can see it, and it's very sexual, and it's obvious with a kid, still child pornography, there's a problem. And that's the straight law. That's the straight law. That's the straight law. So you're going to have trust in the people you're role-playing with, and you're going to have to keep that on the low, like the DMs and whatnot. You're going to have to trust that they're not going to throw you under the bus. Because guess what? Child pornography is still child pornography, even if the other player who's playing that child is like 57, 29, 412. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how old they are. The fact is, that is the law. Now, this is why people are getting so mad at Peter Bear. They're getting mad at him because, oh, it's promoting child pornography and it's promoting pedophilia and bestiality. I'm like, yeah, so is Brian Griffin, but you're not seeing me go on a rant about that again because I've done it twice. But I've already done that twice, so I don't need to do it again. But that's my point. If you roleplay as Brian Griffin, you have officially started bestiality and pedophilia, depending on who you're doing and whatnot. Hell, even if Family Guy itself had pointed out that I know someone who's getting a gift card because they're underage, pretty much. Here's a gift card for shutting the fuck up for what we did. it's already proven that Brian is is an accidental pedophile. Accidental, but he's still one. Kind of like Quagmire. But Quagmire got pretty much hemmed up for it. Well, it's just satire and yada yada, blah blah blah. Yeah, okay, but still, it's the fact it happened. Which means if someone's role-playing as Brian Griffin and someone brings up a character picture that's in the nude that happens to be underage, guess what? That role player for Brian Griffin is now in trouble. The person who brought it up is also in trouble. Because guess what? Child pornography. Sorry. Unless, of course, they're from Japan. Again, different rule set in Japan. Or is that all Asia? I'm pretty sure it's Japan, though. I'm not a lawyer. I don't know all the laws across the country and the planet and all that happy stuff. I don't know. But that being said, that is my amendment. I understand that real-life law applies. If there is child pornography seen on your timeline, and it's between both of you, it doesn't matter that you're both consenting adults out of character. The fact that it's still child pornography, that's what people are upset about. That is what they're upset about. And that's why I'm that's where the argument came in. I was like, I don't care what he does in character. I don't give a shit. You give me an out-of-character reason to get upset, then let me know. Well, it's just this and it's just that. And that's what a lot of role players say. Well, it's still pedophilia, and I'm not happy with that. That's taboo. You don't like it. So what? Some people don't like bestiality, but that still happens. So what? But someone else came in, and after me and him were arguing for a while, someone else came in and went, look, it's the straight basic law. The law states if there's child pornography, like photos, texts, stories, whatever, if there's evidence of this on you, or on your person, or on your computer, you can be in trouble. Look at Jared from Subway. Look at what they were trying to do to Michael Jackson for a while. They were trying to say, oh yeah, he had child pornography. Yeah, I bet. I bet most of that was planned too, just to be dead honest. Because Michael doesn't seem like one of those people who would... Whatever. Point being, if you have that kind of imagery, text, data, whatever, on your computer, you can be hemmed up for it. Again, Japanese, anime, all that weird stuff, they have their own set of laws. There's a reason for that. But again, laws. Know the laws of your country. Know what you're doing. And that is why people don't say it that way, and that's what pisses me off. The way people are saying it is, he's acting like this in character, so he must be like this in real life. That doesn't matter. The way this other person said it was perfect. I was like, that's an out-of-character reason? Very good reason. Makes perfect sense to me. I'm with it. 100%. I'm with it. I'm with you on that one. She won the argument for you, buddy. She won it for you because she made the most sense. The reason why me and him are arguing is because I keep telling him what happens in character is just in character. It has nothing to do with out of character. And he's just like, no, it's taboo. Fuck it. I don't like it. So I go, okay, well, how many people has your character killed? And now apply that number to you, which means you're a killer. That's what you're saying to me, and I don't like that. If you're going to roleplay, you're roleplaying. You get what I'm saying? Now, the reason why this comes up as a big thing, and I want to point out exactly what issue 3 is, so some of y'all see it in another light. Everyone knows who Liam Neeson is. The guy from Taken, Qui-Gon Jinn, Ra's al Ghul. We'll just take those 3. There was a meme that came out with Liam Neeson that popped up and it went, ooh, I trained Jedi. I trained the Batman. What makes you think you could take my daughter and get away with it? It's like, no, you role-played 2 different characters. You played Ra's al Ghul and you played Qui-Gon Jinn. Qui-Gon Jinn is a Jedi master who trained Obi-Wan Kenobi. Fine. Ra's al Ghul is not Qui-Gon Jinn. Ra's al Ghul trained the Batman, according to the extended universe and all that happy stuff. Fine. Whatever. Fine. That does not apply to you. Which, of course, Family Guy did bring that up, because when one of Peter's drunken fits, he said he beat up Liam Neeson, and then, of course, things happened, and Peter wound up fighting Liam Neeson, and Neeson just beat the shit out of him. But pretty much Peter's logic was, Liam Neeson plays a tough guy in movies, which means he can't be that tough, which means I can take him. dumbass. There is still a little level of application that has to be applied. Just saying. He didn't practice all those moves just to forget about them. You know what I'm saying? Just work it. Now, this also came up in The Simpsons a while ago, a long while ago. Issue 3 came up in Simpsons. Yeah, in Simpsons. There was an episode where Bart and Lisa gained powers. It was Clobber Girl and Elastiboy or something like that. Or Stretch Dude or whatever. They're going after a guy named the Collector. So they go to They get into this place, they find all these people pretty much on the walls like collectible magazines. Or collectible comics, however you want to look at it. Depending on what you collect, and you get the idea. Saran wrap, mint condition, 100%. So they walk over and they see Lucy Lawless as Xena, dressed up in the whole Xena garb. And they're like, Lucy Lawless? What are you doing here? She's like, got caught. It happens. Got caught. So then things happen. Dude got knocked out. Clobber Girl got knocked out. They got tied up and were going to be dipped into the thing that sealed everyone away. Well, Xena pretty much had enough of this. You're bullying kids now. So she hops off the wall and beats the shit out of the Collector and frees the kids. And then they take off. They leave. So Lucy Lawless grabs both kids and she takes off flying. And Lisa goes, wait, whoa, Xena doesn't fly. And Lucy Lawless, or the character, Lucy Lawless in this case, looked at her and went, I told you, I'm not Xena, I'm Lucy Lawless. It's an issue 3 jab, pretty much pointing out, just because a character does something doesn't mean the real life person can do it. And vice versa. You don't know what level this other person is actually on. To put this in a full circle, Friends. Yeah, that. Phoebe plays an idiot. The character of Phoebe is an idiot. It's how she acts. She has real life experience, acts like a hippie, but overall an idiot. Lower IQ. Comedically enough, Lisa Kudrow has a higher IQ. Just because a character is one way doesn't mean the person's that way. In fact, that was the whole thing for Ariana Grande, I believe. She wanted to get out of acting because everyone saw her, Ariana, as Kat from Victorious. Is that right? Victorious? If you've ever watched those shows, please clarify in the bottom. I'm thinking that's what it's from. I'm pretty positive that's what it's from. But I guess it's from Victorious, where she was a redheaded character who was dumb. The character Kat was dumb. But Ariana, apparently her friends and family and all that were starting to treat her like the character. People on the street would treat her like the character because issue 3, people can't separate it. And that was my big beef. In roleplay, that is my problem. Not my personal problem, it's what I see everyone do. It's like, oh, you're roleplaying as the Joker. You blew up a hospital in character, which means you in real life are going to blow up hospitals. Don't do that. Stop it. Don't apply character to out-of-character logic. And the reason why this is an amendment, like I said earlier, is because you have to take into account the law, the straight-up law. If you want to get yourself Jared from Subway, fine. Walk yourself into that. But people need to explain it as such. There is a law. There is actual law. You need to pay attention to the law. I am the law. Pay attention to the law. It's there for a reason. And if your account gets dinged for having child pornography on it, which is another thing, there was no actual child pornography on it. He implied roleplay. He roleplayed implications. He didn't have anything on it yet. And people were like, he's a pedophile, oh my god. It's like, dude, it's Pedo Bear. What did you expect? What? The name is Pedo Bear. Durr. That's like a guy running around calling himself Death. What do you think is going to happen near him? Seriously. People, brain. But that's all I'm going to say on that. Keep in mind of the actual law. Yes, you can write about murder all day long. Seth MacFarlane can hint at pedophilia and bestiality all day long. As long as he doesn't show it, he's in the clear. And that's pretty much what Facebook, Twitter, all them, that's what they're trying to hint at. It's like, we can't do anything until there's something on the page that we can hold them on. But of course, people are just like, oh, it's offensive, I don't like it. I don't like the fact that your character goes out and murders people and you're Sailor Moon, so what the fuck? But I'll stop it here so we don't drag on for half an hour. Alright? We all got this though? I made an amendment. I'm not saying I'm rude. I'm not rude. Because I'm not. I'm not saying I'm incorrect. I'm saying when it comes to roleplay, I break things off. Roleplay is roleplay. Real life is real life. You have to also take into account the fucking law. I am the law. You gotta keep that in mind when you're doing certain things. Alright? Yes, it's legal to have dogs screwing humans and cats screwing humans and people screwing horses all day long on your TL. That's fine and dandy, but oh, the moment you show a naked kid, because again, the law, it says you can't have that. You see how that works? It's weird, but that's how the law is. Until the laws are changed, that's how it works. Don't do it. Well, don't have it seen easily. I ain't got no other way to say that. So, later, that's the amendment. Remember the fucking law. Remember the law. Because it is the law. You gotta remember the law. It's the law. Just remember the law. Just do the law and you get okay with the law. And it's all the law. Just remember the law. The law is important. It's the law. I am the law. It's important. I am the law. Remember the law. It's important. Don't make me go out there. Try to be a rapper and do the law. No, it doesn't work that way. Remember the law. The law is important.